And the Everton boys are there. Everton, what's on it? Everton, what's on it? Everton, what's on it? Everton.
Welcome back to Football in 5 and our final game of the day. Unbelievable, catch your breath. Everton have made the journey from England to Germany. They're in Bavaria to take on Nuremberg, and here we go again to guide us through the action. This time Kevin Radcliffe and our Dave Woods.
Well, let's hope that Everton can follow the example provided by the two other English teams today, Spurs and Bolton, and give us a real thumping victory or something to give us to cheer about tonight. It's a real opportunity for Everton, isn't it? Win tonight, and they're more or less guaranteed a place in the knockout stages, aren't they?
Yeah, that's definitely right. I think if they can get a result tonight, and especially a win, if they get that, then they can see themselves through. Maybe relax a little bit as well.
Well, let's have a look at the way Everton will be lining up tonight. It is similar personnel to the game against Larissa. Nuno Valente comes in at left back instead of Leighton Baines, who's injured, and Anichebe leads the line. McFadden, as you can see, is on the bench, as is Thomas Gravesen, who's continuing his recovery from long-term injury too. Nuremberg, well, they've been struggling in the Bundesliga, and they go into their first game of this UEFA Cup group stage without an out-and-out striker. Marek Mintal, who will lead the line, is an attacking midfielder, but he does have form. Welsh fans, and there's one of those sitting right next to me, have a few nightmarish memories of his performance for Slovakia back in 2006 when he scored goals, 2 goals in each of the games against Wales. He was actually Bundesliga's top scorer as well 3 years ago. So it's not exactly without hope that they will start this game tonight. It's a wonderful atmosphere inside the Easy Credit Stadium as well. David Moyes looks relaxed and happy, a nice smile from him as well. Question is, can Everton provide? They are expected to provide, aren't they? Against a Nuremberg team who've only won 1 game at home all season. Head coach Hans Meyer is under a little bit of pressure at the moment, and you'd make Everton favourites here. Certainly Hans Meyer has made them favourites.
I think so, yeah. If you look on form, Everton are the form side, but that takes into nothing when you're going into Europe, and Everton have got to be quite resilient, I feel, at times. It's a great atmosphere here. There's quite a lot of Everton fans sitting in front of us, never mind on the far side. Seem to be dotted about all over the place.
Well, there's some confusion about tickets, wasn't there? They were allowed to buy a lot of tickets in the weeks leading up to this game, and then Uefa have told them they could not have those tickets, but nevertheless, 1 or 2. Well, as Kevin says, quite a few hundred Everton fans are dotted all around this stadium, helping us to provide us with a terrific atmosphere. It's Everton with possession here as well. Early chances. Pienaar tries to make the break. Arteta with a shot that's only parried away. It's scooped against the upright, and somehow Nuremberg will clear away. What a start. Cahill almost sliding it in.
Well, it's a terrific start by Everton. They've started at a frantic pace, and they get a terrific chance. Great save by the keeper. I think he's touched it onto the post. Comes back off. Nobody can actually get onto it. It's a great start for Everton.
Well, that will fill them with confidence. Well, it has been a rollercoaster ride in the UEFA Cup for them so far, against Metalist Kharkiv, and then of course against Larissa in their first group game just a couple of weeks ago, when they needed that late goal from Anichebe to settle their nerves in the 3-1 victory. Header from Andreas Wolf, and now collected again by the German central defender. The referee has given a free kick to Nuremberg as well here.
There's a good interchange in a pass in between Osman and I think it was Arteta. Lovely little bit of one-touch football just to set that move up.
It's Reinhardt's ball forward, but it's Lescott who clears away, and just allowed to bounce out of play by Steven Pienaar. So the throw-in quickly taken. Here's Mintal. Amari back to Glauber, the Brazilian. This is Schmidt. Galasek. One of several Czech players in this Nuremberg side. They are pretty close to the Czech border, so they do depend an awful lot on Czech personnel in their lineups. Here's Arteta for Everton. Yobo. Now Julian Lescott. It's a striking, searching ball for Pienaar to chase, but it's always under control from Andreas Wolf, who shows plenty of confidence with his clearance. Reinhardt, now Kluge. Out of play, but off the German. Valente wins the throw.
Well, there's a chance from Cahill. It's a lovely strike. Keeper makes a good save, and then the follow-up there. Keeper makes a great save as well with his feet to knock it onto the post. Everton very, very unlucky not to be one up.
Well, the team they're up against tonight, Nuremberg, are currently flying 16th out of 18 in the Bundesliga. They've managed only one home win all season. That was a thumping victory against Eintracht Frankfurt by 5-1, but apart from that, they have lost 5 of their home games and drawn only 1. So confidence is not going to be high. Valente will take the throw. Kubu running little angles ahead of him. Kubu finds the position to cross, but it's not going to quite reach Arteta. Cleared away off the head of Schmitz, but back into the problem area by Carsley. Here's Arteta. Nice little dink by him. Osman now back to Arteta, maybe. Who might get a second bounce too. Somehow they keep it. Yakubu mishits. It's a scoop by him. Pienaar couldn't get it under control, and the Germans can clear.
Once again, it's the interchanging of passing, the one-touch football in and around the box this time. It just opens up the defence.
Well, they might have a few problems here, because here's Masimovic. A little bounce away from Tim Howard for the first corner of the game, which goes the way of Nuremberg.
Yeah, good interchanging. There we see the first strike it was by Arteta, and the follow-up by Cahill. Keeper does really well to get across the goal, just to knock it onto the post and away.
Masimovic is going across to take this, the Bosnian international. He too has been in amongst the goals of late. 6 goals this season, 4 of them in his last 6 games. Away by Carsley. Well played, Yakubu. Been tracked all the while here by Reinhardt. He's done well. Osman. And it will be a Nuremberg throw.
He's done well, Yakubu. Maybe could have released the pass a little bit earlier. He's just showing his upper body strength there, fending the defender off.
There are about 47,000 supporters inside this stadium tonight, and an awful lot of them are wearing blue. And just at the moment it's the Germans who are trying to lift the atmosphere. There's Wolf.
Making a great noise, making the atmosphere electric tonight.
There's Glauber. Manari, the Tunisian international. Back to Reinhardt. Has been made by Kluge, but he's well watched by Lescott. Clearance wasn't the best, and suddenly Kluge might be in position again here. Lescott watches cautiously. The cross is not good, and Valente is able to clear.
It's a better clearance the second time. Everton having to deal with a little bit of pressure at the moment.
There's Reinhardt's throw. Position found by Glauber. Mintal easily dispossessed, and Everton can bring it forward again here now. It's Arteta. Neville's on his outside. There's Arteta again. Neville couldn't find the pass. Claims of a handball. The referee says play on. Now, chance for the counter-attack. Masimovic feeding it down to Mintal. Carefully by Carsley, but the shot nonetheless, and it is going to whip wide, and it will be a goal kick.
It's a lame shot in the end by Senko, but Everton just a little bit lax there, give away possession too easily, and then the break's on. Phil Neville going into an area really shouldn't have done, should have just stayed up there, give the ball away too cheaply.
Winners of the German Cup last year, hence Nuremberg's qualification for this year's Uefa Cup. They were first round winners against Rapid Bucharest, but they had to rely on away goals. 0-0 the scoreline here in the Easy Credit Stadium, 2-2 away. Kluge and Misimovic were their heroes that night. And it's Everton who have the chance to press here. Pienaar. Cahill is going to be beaten to it by Wolf.
Just overhit it, didn't he, Pienaar? Asking Tim Cahill to do too much there. But it was going into interception by Everton, putting him under pressure, high up the field. Just overhit it, outside of his foot.
Well, the Spanish referee was not too happy with the contact made by Tim Cahill there. He's had a word with him, but only a word, that was all that was required. Here's Wolf. Laminari. It's not that chilly tonight. Suggestions it might be a cold one here, but it's not too bad. It has been raining on and off throughout the day too. Kluge. Here's Reinhardt. Well, it's not gone out of play yet, but it has now, and it will be an Everton throw, despite the claims from Reinhardt.
Well, look, a foul from here. Might have been a little bit lucky here, Pienaar. Yeah, I feel he's a little bit lucky not to have given away a free kick in a dangerous area as well. No need to foul.
Well, what's he doing here? It's a difficult back pass to make, and it's a difficult one to control as well, but...
Well, you're asking a lot from your keeper there. You know, the ball coming at you with pace, bouncing before you. Tim Howard's got to be well aware. One mistake, they're in.
Well, I guess on the positive side, it just shows that Everton are confident at the moment.
Yeah, they are confident. The confidence I've seen them in Europe this season, that maybe nervy and edgy in the few games that they've had. But I think the more you progress, you'll see the better of Everton.
Reinhardt's little push, which is turned on by Misimovic. Easily tidied up by Karsley to clear the way towards Yakubu, who again does well to evade the first challenge from Glauber, but can't keep hold of possession, and the Germans are back in position here. Here's Misimovic. Not the pass that was expected by Reinhardt, not delivered well by Kluge.
No, Kluge's had a lot of the ball as well down this right-hand side for Nuremberg. He's got to make better use of it. He needs to get something out of the game.
Well, this game tonight, of course, for Everton, and then home to Zenit St. Petersburg on the 5th of December, and then just before Christmas, AZ Alkmaar will be their next destination. But if they can get 3 points here tonight, and it would give those final two games a real degree of comfort. And I know you have a theory, don't you, that they have possibly faced their toughest opposition so far.
I do.
Oh, that's given away. Rather scandalously, it's driven in by Sayenko, but a great recovery by Howard. Well, not for the first time in the Uefa Cup. Everton guilty of making an unnecessary mistake at the back.
Oh, unnecessary? That's sloppy. That's sloppy by Julian Lescott, who's so unlike him. And really, it's only the overhit touch by Sayenko that's really given Tim Howard a chance to get to that, but really it should have been a chance and maybe a goal.
It was Lescott's mistake in the last game as well that just gave Larissa
it's so unlike him as well. He's had a good season.
He has scored goals too. Yeah, but the two-legged tie against Metlis Kharkiv was a real test for Everton, and I know you think that could be their toughest test until the knockout stages.
You make it hard work in the first round and then you get through, and you know, it does prove to be your hardest, especially being your first for a lot of them. A little bit edgy, but I believe that Metlis weren't a bad side at all.
I think we'll be seeing an awful lot more of them in European competition in years to come, won't we?
That's if they can keep the players. But I just felt then that that chance for Nuremberg, for that matter, fell for Mintal. They might have got a goal, because he's the man that can score goals. I feel for them. He can cause you problems.
24 goals a couple of seasons ago, but he's had a couple of back foot injuries, broken bones in his foot twice in this last couple of years, so he's not been quite as prolific, but just at the moment he can sit and watch as his teammates have to defend us. Everton tried to press here. The referee has blown, and the free kick goes the Germans' way.
Well, Les Pienaar's foot's just a little bit too high. See the referee judging too high.
Well, we'd love to hear your views, of course. You can text us any views or questions regarding the match. Just text the word comments and your name, where you're from, and your views to 80088. And I'm sure our panel in the studio, who've not exactly been underworked today, have they, with the 3 games back-to-back, would love to answer your queries.
Well, probably had dinner, breakfast and evening meal.
It has been a feast, hasn't it, to continue the analogy. On 5 today, a real feast of football. If you've missed it, if you're just turning on and you haven't heard the earlier scores, Spurs winners in Tel Aviv against Hapoel by 2-0. Keane and Berbatov the scorers. And perhaps the more remarkable result, Bayern Munich 2, Bolton Wanderers 2. Gardner and Davis getting Bolton a very, very valuable point in their group game. Here it's Mintal for Nuremberg, who tries to drive it through. Misimovic looking for the touch, but instead it's all the way for a goal kick.
I think he was Misimovic as well. If he gets a little touch on that, he could have directed that towards goal. He's just a little bit away off it, but Everton have just got to close down a little bit quicker. You can't be allowing somebody of Mintal's class to have a free shot at goal.
I can see how many Evertonians are there in the official end, but I can tell you there are an awful lot as well sprinkled around the ground. There are Scouse accents wherever you turn, aren't there? Including just in front of us. But it remains 0-0. All the way back to Blazek, the Czech goalkeeper. Jaromir Blazek. Here's Wolf. A bit of pressure provided by Mikel Arteta, which has just put some hesitancy in Nuremberg's advancement inside the Everton half. Mintel went up, but it's Yobo who gets it to clear away. Yakubu can only direct it towards Glauber. Little touch and turn by Misimovic. He's done well to find some space. Carsley is tracking across. Mintal rattled into his shins by Arteta, but well, it has been given as a Nuremberg throw.
Yeah, it seems very strange. Obviously it's got to be an Everton throw the way that it's come off the player.
Well, Arteta, who was right in front of that, was complaining to the referee, but to no avail. Here's Misimovic. He's got through the challenge of Carsley and Arteta. Delivers decently, but away by Lescott, and then the hit and hope from distance was never really going to test Tim Howard. And it will be a goal kick.
Well, Reinhardt being put under pressure by Pienaar. Good defending. As soon as that ball comes outside the box, there's a man closing down. That man being Pienaar does enough to put him off. Ball goes way high. Seem to have got it right, Everton, in the midfield now. They've got Cahill back. Seem a lot stronger outfit.
A lot more balance to their side, isn't there? Here's Reinhardt. And Kluger.
Well, he not only gets goals, I think he creates goals for people to score with his runs, but he creates space for people to come into. Whereas when he's not playing, they haven't got that type of player that looks to be breaking forward all the time.
There's Glauber. One Brazilian cap to his name against Guatemala 2 years ago. Former Palmeiras player. Oh dear, Smith's given it away, and Yakubu has the chance here now. Yakubu tries to roll it past Wolf, but good recovery from the central defender. These defensive nervous moments are catching, it would seem.
Well, it's mistakes, isn't it? It's a poor ball this time by Smith. And there's Yakubu. He doesn't have to do too much about it, just stand there to receive it. Good defending by Wolf, though, to get across, to give away a corner.
Chance for Everton. There are 4 in blue waiting in the middle as Arteta sets himself to deliver. Here it comes. Well driven across, but well headed away by Andreas Wolf. Chased down hard by Carsley. Osman's just bundled off it. Now the counter-attack goes the other way. Valente with a challenge, timed to perfection. With the help of Pienaar, he can put Everton back in control.
Well, Osman nearly getting caught as well. Too many people getting caught on the ball for both sides.
Here's Arteta. It's laid in for Osman. Osman pulls it back, and Cahill on the stretch. Couldn't quite make contact. And it's up for a goal kick, but my word, 2 chances he's had now.
Well, it's a great ball by Atta down the side of the full-back. And that man Osman pulls it across the goal. And it's just a little bit too far away for Tim Cahill. As you can see, just outstretching there, just can't get there. It's a great little play down the side, and then a great ball across the 6-yard box.
Well, that livens things up, doesn't it? And an indication of the Evertonians. There were quite a few off their seats all around us there as that chance was building up.
It was a mistake by Osman, really turning into players instead of just playing the simple ball early that nearly created a breakaway for Nuremberg.
Header is by Reinhardt. It's almost collected by Osman, and Arteta gets involved too, but it will be Galasek who wins out here for Nuremberg and gives them the chance to come forward. Support on the outside from Schmidt, but it's more direct towards Mintal. Now it's played left. Good enthusiastic chasing by Nasimovic. Watched by Karsley. Well, he's looking to win the corner. That's exactly what he's done there.
I think they're only looking for one thing in that area there, and that was a corner. And Karsley and Arteta doing well, doubling up.
Well, a little bit of pressure on the Everton defence here. Tension building around the stadium again. The ball is delivered. Oh, Lescott let it fly past him because Cahill was in position to hook it away.
QB just making it a little bit easy for the centre-half then, trying to turn away from him, instead of maybe just trying to keep hold of the ball and let the defence to come up.
There's Minari. And Glauber. Wolf. On by Reinhardt. Will be a throw in here, I think.
I think it's actually foul.
He's given the free kick, hasn't he?
Free kick by Valente on Kruger. Just a little bit too hesitant there, getting in too early.
Here's Wolf. And Glauber. Schmidt. Over the top to be chased by Sayenko, but that's ever so well played by Neville. Very neatly done by the right back, and not only able to get it, but channels the ball forward intelligently towards Yakubu, who holds it up just enough. It's Pienaar who steps into the challenge. Reinhardt can't keep it. Battling display by Osman. And suddenly Everton coming forward with an awful lot of positivity here. It's Arteta. Pienaar back to Arteta. Karsley. He's taken on the outside of Schmidt. And it was Reinhardt who was always favourites. And cleared for the throw.
Just a little bit overstretching there, Karsley. Does well to overlap though. It's nice to see that when he's overlapping that Leon Osman's just sat in there, protected anything that comes back out.
Here's Arteta. Wolf is trying to keep tight to him, and who has made the challenge. Nasimovic. Ball forward for Kluger to chase, but a little too long you would have thought, and Lescott should and does clear up efficiently enough. And Everton not put it away definitively just yet. The header by Kluger, cushioned back by Valente.
Very comfortable. Good talking at the back from Everton between Valente and Lescott. Passing players on. It's good to see. Just look comfortable at the moment, Everton.
Offside against Cahill. Well, these two sides have met before in European competition. Everton fans of a certain vintage might just remember the 65-66 season in the Fairs Cup. They drew 1-1 here. Brian Harris, the scorer that day. And Jimmy Gabriel was the tie winner in a 1-0 victory at Goodison. And that was the year that Everton, of course, went on to win the FA Cup. They did actually go out in the next round of the Uefa Cup, but they did taste some success that year.
3-2 win against Sheffield Wednesday. 2-0 down at half-time.
And again, you remember well. Here's Schmidt for Nuremberg. Still 0-0 the scoreline. Minari. Touch back towards Andreas Wolf again, who's actually born in Tajikistan. Moved to Germany at the age of 7. Reinhardt again. Little push ball. The shot from Kluger was a tester, but it was just wide.
Well, it's just gone past the post. It's a great pass by Reinhardt to Kruger, who then pulls the trigger. Thankfully, it's just gone past the far post. Trying to look to hit it with the outside of his foot, I feel. Lescott's there, he's the first man, he's trying to close down, make it difficult, maybe can get just a little bit closer to him.
Well, there have been chances at both ends now, haven't there?
I feel that's the best chance for Nuremberg. It's the closest they've come.
Still able to take the throw. 97th game for Everton tonight. Arteta does well here, and he has got a corner kick too. He does cause problems, doesn't he? He's such a heartbeat of this Everton side, Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, a lot of it, things that happen instrumental through Mikel. Keeps things ticking over.
Well, the big fellas are up again here, Yobo and Lescott. We all know about Lescott's prowess in the penalty area this season, but he needs a better delivery than that. And Galasek's able to clear it away quite easily.
Yeah, so unlike Mikel Arteta, poor ball. They're working so hard to get that. It's a waste, really.
The German fans are still trying to lift the atmosphere, but haven't succeeded in raising their side to a goal just yet. And the Everton fans responding kind. And a little shout of their club's name. Led by Andreas Wolf. There's Misinovic. Reinhardt's little touchback into midfield, and now we're looking for the channel down this right-hand side. It will just roll away, but come boot, so the throw-in quickly taken. Here's Galasek.
Two fullbacks from Nuremberg looking to push on, make it difficult for Pienaar and Arteta to get hold of the ball.
Galasek again. Tried to tease one over. Carsley's back got in the way. Anichebe. Here's Pienaar. Flick by Osman, but Anichebe was offside.
I think it's a great decision by the referee. He's pulled it back for a free kick on Osman. He's just laid that ball off first time. It's Wolf who's come straight through him. It's good play by Everton, moving the ball quickly. And that's the way they can get in down the flanks, because the two fullbacks are pushing right on. And if you can play the ball into the striker and somebody lays it off first time down either side, then there's chances to get in there.
Here's Pienaar trying to break free on the edge of the penalty area. Kubu with the ball back. Pienaar to Arteta, and left now to Valente. Quick passing by Everton. The cross is a decent one too, but Blazek very solid and very confident underneath it.
Yeah, a little bit too much height on it. Makes it easier for the keeper. It's in that 6-yard box. It should be his, and he makes it. But it's good play by Everton again. That man Arteta, ball going into him, laying it off first time. So he's got an array of tricks, or you say passing ability as well.
Howard's clearance is long. And Schmidt. That was always going to be a free kick, but he pushed from behind on Ivan Sayenka, Russian international.
He's busy as Sayenka. He's flirting about on the left-hand side. Phil Neville just a little bit late on him. Hope he maybe never got a yellow card.
Here's Reinhardt. Misinovic. Now Kluger. After the outstretched leg of Valente. It's going to be Reinhardt to take this, and it looks as though it's going to be long as well. That's on its way by Galasek, but charging, rampaging run by Lescott to rescue the situation, and he has got a free kick too. He does that well, doesn't he, coming from behind his own lines.
Well, he's read it well to start with. I don't actually think it's a free kick, but he does it well. He gets across his man and he starts breaking. Just thought that was a He's a little bit lucky that he got that free kick, but nevertheless he's read it well. He's come out, but he does do that well. He's got that pace, and he leaves everybody for dead. He's just got to make sure that when he gets into space, he composes himself.
Easy away by Schmidt.
Just looking at Nuremberg then, they were very deep from that free kick. It was 20 yards in Everton's half. They were on their 18-yard box.
Here's Arteta. It's going to be Carsley who picks it up here. A little chip over the top. Neville's onside, but he's never going to catch that one. It's a lost cause he was chasing.
Just a little bit too much on it from Carsley, but he's playing just in front of the back four. Is Carsley picking up anything? Mišković's picking up as well. He knows he's a danger. I just feel that with Mintal there, he is now picking the ball up. Just that's where he's danger. He's danger in that area there. He's not danger if he's playing up front. I feel he's more of a danger if he plays off a striker.
Well, a draw wouldn't be a terrible result for Everton tonight, would it? It would keep their steady progress going, but victory obviously would be preferable. Lescott steers away. Oh, it's given away. Here's Reinhardt. Good save by Howard, who's out to blast his defenders for allowing Reinhardt the opportunity.
I think he's not happy with Pienaar. Pienaar trying to dummy the ball past Reinhardt, but he reads it well, he wins it. What a great strike and a great save by Tim Howard. It's on target, that's going into the back of the net. He doesn't get a hand to it.
Well, still pressure here with the corner as well. Everton have got something to weather. It's an in-swinger. Oh, Howard came and got a push to it. He might have been impeded there a little maybe, but the referee doesn't blow. And the cross just bounces, and the referee has seen a push in there anyway.
Well, there's a lot of bodies in that box, and Tim Howard does well to get over them, to get a hand to it, just to push it away. But this here, it's Pienaar, the ball comes through, he tries to let it go to dummy it past Reinhardt, but what a great strike, and equally a great save. He's a little bit impeded as well by Lescott just being in front of him.
Reinhardt, who might have been the goal scorer, is the man who helps to bring it forward again here. It's collected by Luger, tight to the touchline as you can see. Now Mintal. 3 Everton players around him, but somehow found a way through, and they are picking a way through here until the final touch from Sayenko was just a little loose.
Good play by Neville. He's tucked in, they've got no real width. There's 2 players down there. It's Pienaar. Could be Kruger, is it?
There was a collision in mid-air, wasn't there? The referee saw anything wrong with it. It was simply an accidental clash of heads. It looks as though Pienaar's going to be okay. Little thumbs up to suggest that is the case.
The only undoing is the challenge that Pienaar's just got up. I think he's come over the top of him, and Pienaar's stretching that, just caught him on the front of the face.
Dominic Reinhardt is going to be okay, I think. Although, of course, a trip to the sidelines is required. Likewise, Pienaar.
It's a little bit dazed, doesn't he, Pienaar? Should be okay. It's anything, Reinhardt will be the one that's aching a little bit if it's on the front of the face. It was more of the top of the head for Pienaar.
They're both going to be okay to get on. The 4th official down there, the Spanish 4th official, Jose Luis Paradas Romero, will, I'm sure, allow them back on the field once he gets the indication from the referee in just a moment. But in the meantime, both sides down to 10 as it's cleared up towards Yakubu, but the header away by Kluger is out for a throw, and they are back to their full complement of 11 again.
Well, the chances that have come from Nuremberg have mainly come from Everton's doing themselves by not clearing the ball, making mistakes. Just got to make sure they don't give them a chance and denying them opportunities.
The legs of Valencia. There's Reinhardt. Headed on by Mintal. Carsley holds his arms aloft in innocence, but the referee is not fooled by that.
Yeah, he's just got the back of his legs. Kruger goes down. No danger, free kick.
Well, it's going to be Masimovic who stands over this again. It's another potential tester here for the Everton defence. Tim Howard looking to organise them as best he can. Masimovic, the Bosnian, with the delivery towards the far post, but it was Lescott who just got a stretching header onto the ball, and Arteta who can clear it further still.
Glover was coming right at the back stick there. I thought he was in with a chance, but it's a good clearance.
Well, that's untidy by the goalkeeper Blazek. He didn't give Wolf much chance of actually controlling that.
It's poor.
And we've seen that now 2 or 3 times, haven't we? Once from Everton.
It's not just by keepers, but yeah, by the outfield players as well.
It's putting a little bit of pressure on their own side when it was absolutely unnecessary. Here's Mintal, tries to control. Now Nuremberg look to strike forward again. Plenty of Everton defenders back here. And the pass is overhit to Mintal, and it allows Lescott the ease of a back pass to Howard, who can hack it downfield again.
Deals with it easy, Lescott, with his pace. Now that ball played down the side, and he knows, being Mintal up front, that he's going to be the last man, so he can just play it back to Howard to clear it.
Manari's through ball, somehow gets through to Kluger. Here's Schmidt. Manari. Squared to Galasek. Reinhardt, again looking to push forward, but he's lost it. Pienaar. Very good ball towards Leon Osman, who's got a bit of space to work in here. Arteta now. Just behind him is Neville. Should he be required, but Arteta, we've seen it so often down that right flank. He either gets past his man or he wins a free kick, doesn't he?
He entices the tackle, doesn't he? He entices the person to come into him, to stick his leg out, and as soon as he does, he just knocks that ball past him. There he goes. As soon as that leg comes out, there's no danger it's going to be a free kick.
Here comes the delivery, looking for a better one this time. It was a little scruffy. Osman tried to gather it on the turn, but it's through to Blazek, who will clear easily. That's
I felt he was just trying to play it into Osman's feet. He made a good run in front of the defence. He's just trying to play it into feet. Maybe he can get a little turn in the shot at goal.
Chased by Pienaar, but he's not going to keep it in play. And it will be a throw-in for Nuremberg. They're not going to win the cup this year, by the way, the German side. They won it last year in dramatic circumstances. Extra time winner, 3-2. They're not going to do it this year because they're already out of the competition, having lost to Jena, who are a second division side managed by Nuremberg, formerly managed by Nuremberg's current manager Hans Meyer. So it has gone a little awry this year for them, both in cup and league. It's Valente. Lescott strikes it long. Kubu can't quite gather. Here's Wolf. Worth putting a bit of pressure on them because they have been indecisive on occasions. Lescott solid back to Howard. It's rather easily dealt with.
Everton dealing with the pace at the back. It's looking for a foul there. Valente on Kruger, but I didn't feel it was a foul. I thought that Kruger was trying to back into him anyway.
Well, we've seen Tottenham winning by 2-0 at Hapoel Tel Aviv, of course. We had that dramatic game with the Allianz Arena, Bayern Munich 2, Bolton Wanderers 2. And maybe this just failing to live up to previous fare so far on 5 here today. It's not quite the quality we expected, is it?
It's still early.
Here's Reinhardt. Tried to touch inside Cahill, but Australian was back and is foul.
Didn't have too much on either, Tim Cahill. It was a poor challenge by Reinhardt, really. He's just got to stand up, he's got nowhere to go. There's not too many options for him, but he's made it easy. He stuck his leg out, given a foul away.
Howard's big boots again. Little flick by Cahill. There's Wolf. Oh my word, not sure what he meant to do with that, but certainly not that. Glauber comes to his rescue with a header clear. possible adversity. They almost had a chance to build something there, Nuremberg, but Everton back in control again. Here's Osman. Now on the right, now Cahill, rather Neville. Neville's lifted ball is asking a little much of Osman.
Well, what's happened is Arteta has actually swabbed with Pienaar for the last few minutes, which they do quite often. Just interchange from one wing to the other. It just upsets the rhythm of the opposition a little bit.
It's Neville's throw. It was a stretch by Minari, and it will be a corner for Everton.
Hopefully they can get a little bit better quality than what they've had previous two corners.
Well, Arteta's last corner wasn't great. So there'll be a little more expectation from Yobo and Lescott, who are arriving in the penalty area. Over it comes. It's away though by Andreas Wolf. And a sprint by Sayenko, the Russian, to try and collect back for his side again. He's done well. And then overhead, collected by Carsley. It's Pienaar. Slowness of response from Everton, but they've got it back here from Cahill, who's just nipped it away from Mintal. Back to Arteta. He's got time to measure the cross and tease it in for Cahill, and then on the right foot comes in, but his stabbed effort is wide.
That's a lovely little bit of understanding between Arteta and Cahill. You think he's going to cross it, but he just dinks it over the defender into Cahill. It's not a bad setup, but very, very difficult. Acute angle. Very difficult to even hit the target, which he doesn't find. But I just felt that maybe Yakubu could have helped them at it a little bit then. Prior to that, I think Yakubu could have just pulled to the back stick. He's just looking for the ball coming in instead of pulling off into a better position.
Well, it has been a little more sedate than we would have expected, but regular viewers of Everton in the UEFA Cup this year, of course, will know that very often it is the calm before the storm. And don't forget, 5 is the home of Italian football as well. If you missed last week's action, you have another chance to catch up with it on Saturday at 11 AM in our weekly highlights show. And then on Sunday, our game of the week is Inter against Lazio. The game is live and exclusive on 5, and you can join Mark Chapman and Laura Eposto from 1:30. Meanwhile, Everton have given themselves a decent position here.
Well, Yakubu's doing well. All the balls that are coming into him, he's holding up well, fending the defenders off.
Yoba's little dink in. Lescott looks for the cushion header down. It was headed towards Pienaar, but it's steered away by Minari.
It's going back to Yakubu. It's nice to see that he's actually settling down and, you know, getting back to maybe the Yakubu that everybody was expecting.
Really solid game, hasn't he, tonight? He really has put himself about and worked hard.
Well, I think when you're the striker on your own up front, it's just so important when the ball comes up to you. You make the best you can by getting hold of it and bringing the midfield players in. Vitally important the way that Everton are playing.
Arteta again causing enough problems for the Nuremberg defence in the shape of Ralf Schmidt this time to concede the corner kick. A chance to deliver from the left. Five minutes to the break. What a time this would be to score. It's a punch by Blasek. He's knocking it away. Lescott tries to get it back in there. It is still a real tussle, and it was in the end Lescott who got the dink on it, but no real power, and Blasek can fall on it.
Well, that's an old-fashioned scramble in the 6-yard box. Keeper doesn't deal with it coming in. Man Wolf who gets the header to, the ball gets knocked back in. It's Lescott, it's Yakubu, and I think it just comes off the defender onto Yakubu. Thankfully for Nuremberg, goes straight into the keeper's hands.
Here's Kluger. Oh, and a better ball. Might have caused problems, might still have done, but Neville steers his header exactly where he wants it to be.
It wasn't a bad cross, was it? It was in the danger zone, and Everton had dealt with it though.
Here's Masimovic. Again finding the opportunity to deliver the cross, but not finding anything as good as he really wanted to.
He's looking for a man to make a run across there, but there's that chance again. Ball swung in. It's just a little game of ping pong in there. It's a little, I think it's a challenge by a Nuremberg defender, and the ball comes off Yakubu. A little bit more pace on it, might have gone past the keeper.
Lauber. Here's Neville. Just about 3 minutes before the end of the 45, plus whatever stoppage time our Spanish referee decides to add as well. Interception by Minari. Backwards towards Wolf. Collected by Kluger, but enough on it for Lescott to turn back to his keeper Howard.
Oh, he doesn't get a good clear. The clearance really travels a long way before anybody can get to it.
It might have been a handball.
Not quite sure that was.
Well, I was going to ask you if you knew what that was for. Presumably for that.
I know there was a challenge on Cahill, but it's not giving anywhere near that challenge.
No.
Oh, it's getting there now, yeah. It's definitely the challenge on Cahill. And Wolf, centre-back. That was a good header, actually, by him.
Just had a hand on his shoulder, though, didn't he, which the referee obviously didn't like. But Everton aren't going to complain because as half-time approaches rapidly, they've got a real chance here. It's Lescott who flicks it in over the head of Yakubu. It's away by Glauber. But it will be an Everton throw in an interesting position. They can still apply a bit of pressure here. The Germans might just be creaking a little. Confidence is not their best commodity. There's Valente. Driven over, it came off the back of the head, I think, of Osman, and out for a goal kick, rather.
He's always stretching, though, isn't he? Just wondering if Valente could have had another touch there. He's tried to put it in the danger zone, just overhit a little bit. I feel in the first half Everton have been very, very comfortable. They'll be happy with the performance. Cut out the little minor mistakes, then you know, you can see plain sailing. But still a long way to go.
Here's Kluger. Need to work himself into position maybe, but he's going wider and wider. And Neville's happy to watch him that way, although I do think the touch of the Everton fullback came after the ball had gone out of play.
Well, it certainly looked that.
The referee thought otherwise.
I mean, Phil Neville's done really, really well there. I'm not too sure he touched it at all.
Well, it is a corner. We've got 1 minute added on as well at the end of this first half, but a little moment of pressure should come to naught as long as Everton pick themselves out of that trouble. Arteta does with a clearance. Here's Wolf. Reinhardt did well to keep it in play, but has given it away. Now Arteta. Everton have break with a little pace maybe. Shuffled up to this left-hand side of Cahill. Cahill's ball is looking for Ikubu. Just dangled a foot its way. It came last off the defender. Glauber says it didn't, but the referee says it's did. And that's the most important voice on the field. And it will be a corner for Everton. And it might be the final act of this first half.
Well, that has come off Ikubu. That's tit for tat. The other end, it was an Everton goal kick. That should have been a Nuremberg goal kick.
Arteta to take, too close to the keeper. He was always favourite for that. Well, that is that as far as the first half's concerned. Some Cahill coming the closest to scoring for Everton in that goalless first half. We'll have the views of Pat and John after this break. Well, we could do with some goals, couldn't we? That's the first objective now, and Everton know that a draw here tonight in the Easy Credit Stadium would be okay, but a victory would almost certainly push them through to the knockout stages of the UEFA Cup. They've still got a couple of games left to play after this, but if they can pick up 6 points from their opening 2 matches, my word, what a healthy state of affairs that would be. And it has been reasonably comfortable so far, hasn't it, Kevin? You can see there have been 1 or 2 moments of concern, but generally fairly comfortable.
Well, it's only of Everton's own making that Nuremberg have had chances. If they can cut out the elementary mistakes, then it should be a comfortable result for them. They just need to maybe step it up just a little bit to get that win. But I do feel very, very comfortable going forward. You know, when they pass it quickly, the interchangement between Cahill, Arteta and Osman is something to see. You know, they know the games of each and every one of them, and you know, they're doing very well tonight.
Well, no changes for either side, so it's as you were at the start of this second half. Remember, the team news for Everton, Nuno Valente playing at left back tonight. It's Anichebe who leads the line. There's a early opportunity here maybe, but able to be repelled by the Nuremberg defence, but not for long. Cahill just wandering a little wide. Blameless with his pass as well in the end.
Just a little bit sloppy.
Well, they do have a throw here, still in an interesting position. Well, we eventually work out how many balls we're playing with. It's Phil Neville to take. Well, he's changed his mind, it's going to be a long one here. And then it's dropped short to Arteta. Well, we know how quick his feet are, but it has to be turned back to Neville again, who drills it in, and low and on the swerve, just about beaten away. Carsley with a header, touch on by Pienaar. Here's Wolf. Solid challenge by Pienaar, a little too solid for the referee's liking. Free kick for the home side.
Yeah, the ball played back to Phil Neville there, was closed down well by Sienko, and makes it difficult for him to put any quality into the box.
There's Wolf, Andreas Wolf, over the halfway line, and just trying to put a little bit of pressure on that Everton line. Play on. There was a claim for the free kick, but the referee has said play on, but Everton for a moment just switched off there a little, which has allowed them, Nuremberg, to get in position here. Here's Mintal. Mintal on the left foot, Howard with a save. Well, what a chance that was offered there to Nuremberg. Everton's defence momentarily, on a couple of occasions, just switching on and allowing their opponents to play.
Yeah, not just switched off once, but twice, and you know, a little bit lucky there. Mintal doing what he can do, in and around the box, get something out of nothing.
Oh, that's a good ball by Anichebe. Here's Pienaar who pulls it back, but there's nobody there.
Well, it's not a bad ball by Pienaar. He pulls that ball back into the danger area, but everybody's gone in flat. Somebody needs to be coming in just a little bit later.
It's Kluger who's tight to the touchline and watched by Arteta. Go for the Germans.
Well, Mintal's done really, really well here. Quick feet, but shifts it onto his left foot. Good strike, it's straight at Tim Howard. He gets a good hand on it. Lovely feet by Mintal, brings it across his body. Good strike, maybe too nice of a strike.
Here's Glauber, the Brazilian. Now Schmidt. Yobo should have this one covered easily enough, although there is pressure again from Mintal. Yobo stays strong. One result from the other game that's been played in Group A today as well, by the way. Larissa 2, Zenit St. Petersburg 3 is, we understand, a full-time score from Greece. So Larissa now, after 2 games, have not yet got a point to their names. They will remain bottom of the group with no points. And just for the moment, Zenit St. Petersburg take over top spot with 4 points from 2 games. But a win here for Everton, and of course they would resume their role as leaders of the group. And you can almost count Larissa out of the running now, can't you, after 2 defeats?
Well, they've got to win the next 2 matches to give themselves any chance whatsoever. It's not impossible.
While they're doing that, they're also taking points off Everton's opponents too, so it's all to Everton's advantage.
Well, you look at the other groups and the points that teams have got, you think that 5 points will definitely get you through.
Cahill again battling in the penalty area, but decision goes against him. Zenit St. Petersburg and AZ Alkmaar, who are not involved in this round of matches, drew in the opening group game. It is, of course, Zenit next for Everton at Goodison. Here's Arteta. 3 there. Sienko picks it up. Taken on by Mintal. Slide and doesn't connect, so Pienaar is able to turn it to his side's advantage. Here's Valente down the line.
Just having a look, I think that Pienaar's changed with Osman. Pinar's come into the centre of midfield and Osman's gone onto the left-hand side.
There's the charge that gave the free kick, and this is the result. Yakubu. Neville. Just to retire back towards the halfway line, and Joseph Yobo now looks for a more direct ball, but
doesn't really need to go. Doesn't really need to go forward. It can come back and you can start again and go back across the field. You know, Jolyon Lescott there. If he just gives himself another few yards, give an angle, the ball can come back out the other side. It's about keeping possession.
So back to Misimovic. Misimovic's ball forward. There was just a little bit of a tantalising run coming from Pierre Kluge, but he's never going to get on the end of it.
There's a little gap appeared there between Lescott and Yobo. It's too big of a gap as well. Any precision in the pass, and the man's got the ball right in at goal. Everton, high pressure game, further up the pitch, as high as they can up the pitch, trying to deny Nuremberg any chance of getting the ball down and playing it, getting into any rhythm.
Neville. It's Minari. So caught again by Galasek and collected here by Mintal, who has shown us his qualities tonight. It's Kluge onto Reinhardt. Kluge's continued the run. And he's just overhit it in the end. Couldn't quite control it with the final ball.
No, just overrun a little bit. But, I just feel with Mintal playing up front on his own, that it's quite favourable for Everton. I don't like him when he plays off the striker. He causes teams more problems. He's got a good awareness of finding that space that centre halves don't like going into, and if anything, you need a midfield player picking him up.
Ball packs it forward. It's Valente who heads back again now, and it should be Minari to collect, but just a little on the stretch once more. But Schmidt's there behind him.
It's good pressure once again from Arteta, making Schmidt rush that pass.
Yobo, Cahill will complain that he was being impeded a little there by Jawar Minari, but
well, it's down to the linesman there to give that decision. It's not the referee, he's too far away.
There's Lescott. Pinar goes scrambling after it, chasing after it, but first there was Schmidt. Now it's Galasek, and Schmidt continued to hit move forward. That was awful control by the left back.
It just bounced away from him. Misread it. Unlucky really, Everton, that he did. Just gets away from him and that ball bounces straight across his chest.
There goes Everton's way.
It's a scrappy second half at the moment.
It's been a scrappy game really, hasn't it?
I thought other than maybe the first 15-20 minutes, yeah, but I think Everton will be quite happy with that. It just means that they're not getting any rhythm, but neither are Nuremberg.
Here's Yakubu, tries to turn and gets it past Glauber. He went down, and it is a free kick, and I think it might be a yellow card here as well for Glauber, who's trying to dissuade the referee from reaching into his pocket, and might just have succeeded actually.
Well, I feel it should be a yellow. Good upper body strength by Yakubu. Just nudges Glauber away from the ball, but then he just catches him with the bottom of his foot as he's getting away, and that's why he's given a foul.
Well, he was reaching into his pocket. You could see him unbuttoning his back pocket, but then decided, after the advice from Glauber, that maybe it was just a free kick and nothing more. They can't take it quickly. The Spanish official, of course, has signalled to his whistle so that the German side can align their wall before this effort is cracked in by Arteta. We know his quality. It took a deflection, and it's over the top for a corner kick.
Well, it's nice to see they've got two men on the ball. Valente looking to strike it with his left foot, but it's Arteta who does decide to strike it. Just coming off Anichebe, goes over.
Well, Arteta's across to take it again. There's a short ball offered by Pinar, but Arteta's not interested. Wants to hoik it long into the penalty area. Easily away by Galasek. The delivery has not been good tonight from Mikel Arteta.
That's very unusual from Mikel Arteta. It's usually a lot better than that.
Well, here he has again, a chance once more. Pinar's held his line. Flank stayed down. And the keeper was always favoured again there. Blazek tumbling forward. But just applying a little bit of pressure here.
I just felt that maybe Pinar could have squared that ball a little bit instead of maybe trying to whip it across the box. But he did it before, he did pull it back and nobody was there, so maybe that's why he didn't do it that time.
There's a leg challenge, which means he'll have to go all the way back for the free kick. Given the fragile nature of Nuremberg's confidence, and Mayer, of course, a man under pressure there, coach, you just wonder if one goal from Everton tonight might lead to a real breakthrough, you know, 2 or 3 might follow.
Well, you're just thinking that a goal might liven the game up a little bit, but I don't think Everton will be too worried if there's no goal scored.
It's Schmidt back to Glauber. Brazilian plays it back to his Czech goalkeeper, Jaromir Blazek. Number 2, of course, to Petr Cech in the Czech Republic's national side.
Valente's been nice and solid in the left-back area. He's not been a regular this season. See, with Baines coming in, and then obviously Dave Moyes preferring to play Lescott there as well when Stubbs is fit.
Osman puts a big boot on that. It's Pinar who's chasing. Yakubu's there too. Good play from Yakubu. He's had his detractors in Everton colours, but it's a very good performance by him tonight, but dispossessed by Sayenko. Suddenly the flow's the other way. Here's Mintal, hits it first time, and a stretch by Kluger was just a couple of inches too short, otherwise it would have been trouble for Howard.
Well, trouble for Howard, but it could have been trouble for Yakubu as well, because it broke down with him. He's done extremely well initially, but gives the ball away in a poor area. He gets dispossessed, and unfortunately for Everton, Kluger just couldn't get there.
Sayenko's little trickery ends up in Everton's ball, and Arteta shows him how to do it. Yakubu's on the chase again. Glauber, what is that? Well, it's certainly up, but not away. Both central defenders have been guilty of failing to clear definitively for their side. Taken on by Neville. Here's Arteta. Cahill's inside the penalty area, poised at the back if he can be reached. Arteta with a quick feed again, and left-footed tries it in. The goalkeeper was totally wrong-footed, and luckily for him, just got his hands to it. My word.
Well, I'm not too sure if this ball's moved as it's going towards the keeper. Blazek's just, like you say, a little bit wrong-footed, but the ball just moves at the last minute and goes back across his body. He does well, really, that he hasn't gone down to his left, but manages to get 2 hands to it. You just feel if anybody's following that shot in, then they've got a little tap in for a goal.
Could have been one of the most embarrassing moments of the night, really, couldn't it, for the goalkeeper, Blazek?
Well, we were right behind in it. I just felt the ball moved a little.
Well, they want a free kick again here, but they're not going to get it. It's carried away by Pinar. And just wanted to boos and whistles from the home supporters, which might also be a little bit of a reflection of the growing frustration that they are feeling about their side's performance here. And that, too, is to Everton's advantage. Another free kick Everton's way.
Well, this is a strike by Arteta. Like you say, it just moves that way. I think it just comes through the feet of the defender. He just wrong foots Blazek. There's the challenge from behind on Mikel Arteta. If he feels you, he will go down. I felt Yobo was a little bit lucky there. He's played the ball strange, but that's a foul that the Nuremberg fans are looking for.
Well, there's a growing sense of superiority being claimed here by Everton. They are troubling their opponents. Arteta again with a free kick. Schmidt is far from happy.
He just can't get close to Arteta. If he feels you, he goes down. And if you don't close him down, he gets it, he turns, and he makes things happen.
Can he make something happen from this? Yobo jogging into position. Lescott's already there. Here it comes. Oh, headed down and away. Osman with a wonderful turn. It needed a very good challenge from Galasek to deny him a goal-scoring opportunity.
For a minute I thought he was away. It was a good turn initially to get away from him, but he just allows there Galasek to get back.
Corner taken quickly. Neville puts it high. It's headed back towards Lescott, but he was just steepling backwards a little and couldn't get any meaningful contact on the ball. But it is still an Everton throw. This is really good pressure now from the Everton side. Arteta. Little dancing feet again, and down he goes. And the frustration grows. Galasek cannot believe that decision has been given against his side.
But it's clever play, and he's leaning on and he's tugging his shirt, and he goes down. He's making it easy for Mikel Arteta.
If he's in your opponent's side, you'd be really frustrated by him, wouldn't you? But if he's in your side, he's a gem. Here comes the good cross in too. It was Lescott who tried to hook it in, but
it's a better ball, but it's behind Lescott. Now, I just feel that Lescott's got in there maybe just a little bit too early.
Well, no light relief just yet for Nuremberg, because that throw decision's gone against them too.
Well, they just feel that everything's going against them. But Lescott there, like you say, the ball just behind him. He's trying to swivel on it to get a little leg on it. To no avail, but the crowd just a little bit frustrated at the moment because every decision's going Everton's way. They're having a good period here. And it's like always, when you're having a good period, you need to score.
Here's Lescott. Not sure what he was aiming for there.
There's no need for the ball to go forward. It can come back across. It doesn't matter how many times it goes across the back four. You just wait for that opportunity to find a midfield player who's free to play it into feet. Just get a little bit rushed sometimes, Everton, to get the ball forward early.
Randall man of German coaching is Hans Meyer, 65. Kazek with a clear. Here's Reinhardt. Now Kluger. And just sliced away by Lescott, and suddenly pressure switches to the other end.
It wasn't an easy ball to deal with. That ball was whipped across. I think it just bounced before Lescott. Just happy that he gets a good connection on it.
Well, Nuremberg will take the corner. You can see the Brazilian Glavas up there too. Nuremberg strikes it high and well, and Cahill was always underneath and behind it and heads it away. Job required again here from Uefa. Just holds it up and waits for support. Pienaar trying to help it on to Neville. Little touch inside for Osman. Osman back to Neville. This is good stuff. Neville's ball into the penalty area. It was a little misdirected, but not dealt with efficiently enough by the German defence. Eventually they do get it away. Simovic goes chasing after it. Collected by Reinhardt. Tried to evade the tackle and couldn't. And Nuno Valente's in trouble here. Yellow card for the Portuguese left back.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. Valente's got to go in. He's got to try and win that ball. Kluger's on the break, and Everton could have been on a little bit of trouble, but to sacrifice sometimes as a player you have to take that gamble to win the ball. And if you're going to commit a foul, then maybe that's the best place to give it anyway.
That's the first yellow card of the night as well, isn't it, I think?
It's not really been too many rash challenges, though, has it?
43,000 inside the ground tonight. It's a terrific attendance, and they have, for the most part, provided a good noise here too.
Tonight's number of spectators. If the number appreciates the presence of 43,000 spectators. Sold out. Thank you.
There's Cahill. Lescott. Again, it was just a big clearance downfield that will bounce aimlessly out of play. Great games we've seen today here on 5. Wonderful games, and plenty more football to come over the coming weeks as well. Thursday the 29th of November, Bolton at home to Aris Thessaloniki. What a game that will be after Bolton's 2-2 draw today against Bayern Munich in the Allianz Arena. On Thursday the 6th of December, Anderlecht against Spurs. Spurs look to march on 2, and then on Thursday the 20th of December, it's Everton's final group game away to AZ Alkmaar, and hopefully confirmation of their place in the qualification, the knockout stages of the Uefa Cup as well. All 3 English teams going well at the moment.
Well, Yakubu's a little bit unlucky there. Well, was taking a big chance, and I think Yakubu's done really well to get his body across him, but he's gone down and got the foul. He's very lucky.
Well, we played 20 minutes of the second half. It still remains scoreless. It's as we keep saying, Not the most disastrous result from Everton's point of view. I think they would settle for it, but, well, we're greedy now, aren't we? I'd like to see them push on and get a goal and get a win. Here's Wolf. Galasek, collected now by Minari. Here's Masimovic. Back to Galasek once more. The check, wide right. Everton being stretched here. It's a ball in for Kluge. Oh dear. Well, what was he doing? He simply could not control it.
Well, it was a poor touch, wasn't it? We've not just seen that once or twice tonight. It's a great ball inside Osman and Valente, but that's a poor touch by Kluge. He's got to be doing better, looking to get it out of his feet, but oh, dreadful touch and a let-off for Everton.
Simply steered it away from where it should have been.
He's still got a lot to do, but your touch has got to be better.
Free kick. Galasek who takes it, the very experienced Czech international, of course. Galasek, you remember him from the World Cup. He was the captain of the Czech Republic side. Captain here tonight too of Nuremberg. Schmidt. Eventually lets go with a throw. There's Cahill. Little conference between referee and linesman. I don't think either were too sure, and the referee decides in the end to give it the way of Nuremberg. There's Minari. Wolf. Reinhardt. And that's looking for the byline, and he will get the corner. And once again, the atmosphere inside the stadium lifts a little. The German sensing something here.
Reinhardt's just pushing on a little bit more, isn't he, as they get possession. He does like to join in down that right-hand side, causing Osman a few problems.
Everton's defence needs to be switched on here. Masimovic puts it high over. Carsley gets a header, and luckily for him, enough on the ball to send it flying away out of immediate danger. Mintal puts it back in there. It's a good leap by Osman. Galasek. Cahill with a clearance. Away by Valente. Here's Yakubu. And has stayed in play. And he'll see plenty of support coming up here. That's a very good ball all the way to this right-hand side for Arteta to chase. And that's given time for the Everton support players to get up there inside the penalty area too. There's Carsley. Carsley on the charge with an eye for goal, and it was well wide.
First touch really let him down, didn't he? And he's looking there, increases goal tally after the weekend against Birmingham. He scores, but he just miscontrols that. As it comes to him, he goes to touch it, goes onto his other foot, comes back off, and he's rushing it really.
He's only scored 12 goals in the last 6.5 seasons, so you wouldn't expect too much.
He scored a cracker on the weekend against Birmingham.
When he does score spectacularly.
He doesn't score tap-ins, does he?
No. Well played, the right-back Reinhardt. Appreciative round of applause as well from the home fans. It's almost like a theatre audience for a moment there, wasn't it? Cahill back towards Neville. Arteta taking up position in the central of field. Here's Lescott. Yakubu. Carsley. Again, some careful passing here from Everton, keeping possession and just keeping their opponents on their toes. Neville. Osman. Here's Carsley. Neville's looking to make the run on the outside, but he started slowly and got slower. And he was never going to get there. Away by Minari. Solid by Yobo. Little touch from Neville. Might have fallen for Pinar. Instead it was Minari who clears. Everton's throw.
It's nice to see with Everton, as soon as they lose the ball, they're getting back in numbers, making it difficult for Nuremberg just to get it under control. Really taking control of the game, Everton.
much do you feel they've learned as a team this year's UEFA Cup campaign? You know, they had that hairy start, didn't they? And
well, like I say, I think it was more of a nervous start than a hairy start, and I always think they can prove to be as strongest challenge of the season, and obviously coming into the game on a good run of results. They've got a good balance to the side at the moment. Yakubu's looking nice and fit and strong and doing the job he was brought in to do. They've got Cahill back, which is a major factor for them. And when you look at the bench, they've got strength in depth now. They've got McFadden to come on. They've got Jagielka there, Anichebe, Gravison. So they've got players there that come on and do a good enough job, or even change the game.
Well, there's certainly plenty of pedigree, isn't there, sitting and watching on the bench tonight.
Well, it's something that Everton haven't had in years gone by. You know, the strength in depth on the bench that, you know, if they do need to make changes, they haven't had that.
And does David Moyes start thinking about substitutions now, or?
Well, I think things are going okay at the moment. There's no reason. I think the only person maybe he might look at is somebody like Cahill coming back from a long injury. But how long will he last? You know, a game coming up at the weekend against Chelsea. That's the only reason maybe in midfield he'll be looking at that.
Well, it's a free kick here for Nuremberg. Why? That's Leon Osman. That's why. Well, at least in the referee's opinion, that's why. Again, a moment of potential high drama here, unless Everton can keep solid. 7 in blue, back defending inside the penalty area, hit long. Oh dear. Over the head of Lescott, and at the end of the day, you'd have to say well judged as it drifts past Glauber and out for a goal kick.
Well, I just think that Glauber maybe took his eye off the ball a little bit there. He's in between the two centre-backs. Can he get in there and head it? It's just that Yobo does a really good job getting his body in front of him. Just denies him that opportunity to get there.
18 minutes left to play. It has been a marathon of football here on 5 Live, on Channel 5 rather, throughout the afternoon and evening. Are we going to see a goal in this final game? Anichebe is getting ready to come on.
It's got to be Yakubu if Anichebe's going to be coming on. I don't think he'll take Cahill up and go with 2 up front. His main objective will not to be concede a goal, Dave Moyes. I've always seen Anichebe come on as well. And he's done better when he has been a substitute in the game, coming on for the last 15-20 minutes.
He has been a super sub at the Uefa Cup this year, hasn't he?
Well, he's so physically strong for a young kid. He's still only 19 years of age.
2 goals so far in this competition, Victor Anichebe. The winner against Metlist, of course, that calmed our nerves. Everton at that stage were coming through on away goals, but that made absolutely sure. And then the 3rd goal against Larissa, when Larissa were just threatening to get back into things at Goodison. So his arrival on the pitch might just lift his teammates in anticipation of yet more glories. Vasimovic. Forward by Galasek.
Well, the referee playing advantage there. Could have easily given a free kick. Decided to let play go on, but the ball's gone astray, straight into Everton's hands.
Nuremberg are going to make a change as well. Josh Kennedy, the Australian, is getting ready to come on. He led the line for Nuremberg in their last league game at the weekend. I'm not too surprised he didn't get the nod to lead the line here tonight, but he might get a chance to make an impact at some point, but not before Victor Anichebe comes on to try and make his presence felt.
It's a fresh pair of legs. That's one thing. It's a lot to ask. Somebody to play up front right the way through for 90 minutes. I think Yakubu's done his job. He's had a good game. He's got hold of the ball when need be. Unfortunately, he hasn't really had a chance in the game. Sometimes that's when you're playing away from home in Europe. It doesn't happen. But he's played a big part in the game tonight.
Well, the scattering of Everton fans around us are giving him a standing ovation as he's coming off, and it's not often he's had that kind of appreciation.
No, he's been a much improved player over the last few weeks, and his work rate's been good. You know, I think he's found out what's it like to be an Everton player. It's not just about getting the ball down and playing football. It's about your work rate as well.
Schmidt's little touch. Here's Minari. Now Reinhardt. Sliding challenge from Valente. There's Reinhardt again, all the way back to his goalkeeper. Couldn't see another ball there. And Blazek has to come out of his penalty area. Lescott with a header. There's Glauber. Looks as though that substitution is going to be made right now as well. And it's Minari who's coming off. So it's a positive change here by Hans Meyer. He's bringing on the front man Josh Kennedy. And the defensive midfielder Minari is the man to give way. So he obviously feels his side can get something out of this game.
Well, Minari's just standing
doesn't
there.
want to come off,
I don't think he realises it's him.
Well, it's now the left back. The fourth official got his numbers wrong. Minari stays on, and it's Ralf Schmidt who comes off. So that's even more positive. The left back replaced by a front man. It's going to be a little bit of a reshuffle here.
I just feel like Minari's got to go to full back now, hasn't he? He won't be playing with three defenders.
I suspect Reinhardt might go to left back and Minari at right back, which is how they played in the last Bundesliga game. There's Reinhardt. Simovic. Galasek. Minari. Thought his number was up just a moment ago. It was, but lines were changed. Sayenko. Minari again. They're not really hurting Everton here with this spell of possession. Wolf launches it in. Lescott there to trap it away. Header back by Galasek. First touch by Kennedy, the Australian, who's still in there and lays it back, and Everton's defence has to be calm and collected. It is, and Pinar looks to help it on its way, but Nuremberg retaining possession and just putting Everton under a bit of pressure here. Here's Galasek.
Well, it's well defended by Everton. Plenty of numbers there. The ball's just going across field. Everton quite happy for Nuremberg to have it. They're not getting anywhere.
Osman. A little bit of a battle going on with Reinhardt here, and Glauber's across to make the challenge, which the referee decides is worth a free kick. And Everton have just ridden that little bit of a storm, and now a chance to apply things at the other end.
Well, Leon Osman, he's turning out a great acquisition for Everton. Getting something out of nothing there. There's a good flick on it initially by Anichebe. I'm saying they're quite comfortable at the moment, Everton.
But a goal would make us even more satisfied. Referee just again indicating that he doesn't want this free kick taken quickly, because he has to sort out this wall. It's not back the required 10 yards. Just gives a little more time for Arteta to set his sights. Again, the delivery's not good.
Well, he's not missing first man, really.
Still a chance here. Control was poor. Away by Kluge. There's Lescott. Back inside by Galasek. Here's Wolf. Wolf's tipped forward over the head of Kennedy. That was rather aimless from the Germans. And a shattered ahead by Hans Meyer. Well, you'll be pretty much exhausted all the football we've given you here on Channel 5 throughout the day. Those 3 matches of high drama and high tensions. You can settle back to something much more sexy and stylish after this. Californication, of course. David Duchovny with you right after the football has finished. As Nuremberg look to press in the shape of Sayenko. Cleared by Karsley. Got the legs here by Anichebe. The keeper's out quickly though by Blazek. Minutes left to play. Pina has won his side a throw. Well, Europe's not all about big dippers, is it? Sometimes it is the gentler rides, and that's exactly what Everton would settle for here tonight. A nice 0-0 from Nuremberg. They haven't yet given up hope of maybe sneaking the win. Pina given the chance to cross. Here's Neville. Anichebe with a header, or the attempted header. Arteta stretched but couldn't get there. Carsley can. It's Osman again. By Galasek. Sayenko. Misplaced by him. Easy take for Arteta. The frustration from the home fans is really growing now. Here's Anichebe holding off the challenge. Pulled down. Penalty kick. No doubts at all. He's done it again.
Well, he's done it again, but it's lovely play by Arteta in midfield in it to get possession of the ball. And then it's that lovely ball down into his feet. And what he does best, Anichebe, getting hold of that ball, looking to turn you with his strength. But Glover, he's pulling at him, he's tugging at him. It's a definite penalty. But Anichebe's played his part, but so has Mikel Arteta once again. It's a lovely ball into his feet. Nice turn, he's away from him. Gets dragged back. Pure strength by the young kid. He's got a little bit of a tugging himself there, but he's got that penalty.
Well, he's a real talisman for Everton in the Uefa Cup. Put him on late and watch things happen. Anichebe has won the penalty. And now it is up to Mikel Arteta to dispatch it. Expectation lifts. Arteta stays calm. It's him against Blazek. Up steps Arteta. No doubts at all. Wonderful, wonderful dispatch. Everton lead by 1-0. They are leading a very charmed European life. They march on and on.
Well, there's no doubt they deserve the lead. They've been the better team right the way through. But it's just that substitution. You know, Dave Moyes has made it. With 12, 13 minutes to go, on comes Anichebe. A little bit different, a little bit more brawn, and should we say, very more directness as well. And he gets that penalty decision, but it's a lovely penalty by Mikel Arteta. Right-footed, cross the keeper, sends the keeper the wrong way. And it's only what they deserved, and there's pockets of Evertonians all around this ground.
Well, the referee has booked the goalkeeper, Jaromir Blazek, as well. He booked Glaber before the penalty, and he's booked the keeper after the penalty. No doubt for the complaints. So, problems mounting for Nuremberg. But they are really growing in stature in this competition, aren't they, Everton? They seem to be picking up the lessons and learning them, and just lifting the experience levels all the time. And they are plotting a very good course through the Uefa Cup.
Well, we did say that Dave Moyes has built in a good squad of players that he can actually make substitutions in the game that strengthens them.
Well, that's a cue for a double substitution here as well from the Germans. Ivan Sayenko is coming off, and the wonderfully named Chunli Pagenberg will take his place. He's a local lad. Sayenko jogs away, and Chunli Pagenberg takes his place. He's only a youngster, 21, but he is a forward.
Well, obviously, Nuremberg are going for broke. They've got to get back into the game.
Leon Bianco is coming on as well in just a moment. He's another forward as well, the Croatian. But it's the Everton fans who are rejoicing at the moment. 5 minutes just over left to play, plus stoppage time. 1-0 they lead. Here's Neville. And again Anichebe, pulled back.
Once again, I mean, he's lucky not to get sent off this time.
Well, he's on very dodgy ground, isn't he, Glauber?
I mean, that's a tug, he's away from him, he's got a chance at goal, surely it's another booking. The referee decides against it. He's showing great strength. He works ever so hard, but can't understand why it's not another booking and maybe a sending off.
Glauber is off, but at the choice of his manager, he's being substituted here. He could have been booked earlier in the game. He was booked when he gave away the penalty, and he could have been, and maybe should have been booked there as well. Well, he's played his last. Off he comes. Leon Benko comes on.
It'd be interesting to see if he was actually going to be coming off, or has he just changed his mind?
Well, the goalkeeper is eyeing this up very, very carefully, as is Mikel Arteta.
Just got to watch Everton, just got to watch the break now.
4 men in the wall. Just a few moments after scoring once, Arteta goes for goal again, but it's over the bar for the goal kick. We're told that was a planned substitution even before that free kick. He was going to take off the central defender. Yoda's in trouble. He's going to get a yellow card.
Poor by the ref then. Kubo's gone up there to win the ball, and unfortunately he's got a booking for it.
Well, Everton just need to hold on here. 3 and a bit minutes. Galasek to take the free kick. Solid away by Lescott. Lifted back by Wolf. And that was a poor effort from the central defender in the end.
That's a centre-half's turn and shot, isn't it? Always rising. But I think Everton have done really well tonight. They've never looked in any danger. If they have had any danger, it's usually by themselves that have caused it. A little switching off a little bit, slack passing. But other than that, they've been a better side.
Anichebe is causing problems again here. This time for Minari into the penalty area. Oh, it's 2-0. Victor Anichebe simply cannot stop scoring in Europe. Everton lead by 2 goals to 0. It's a simple, simple life.
Pure strength, and then he's got something at the end where he just goes across the defender's body, just to body check him out when he's trying to make that tackle. He stays nice, big and strong, and he makes sure he hits the target. That goal, I'm afraid that's it for Nuremberg now. But like I said, it's only what Everton deserve. And Dave Moyes must be pleased with himself. His substitution has been spot on, and the Evertonians happy. I mean, Anichebe's still got a lot to do. Minari comes across him, he just gives him a little shoulder charge and then straight through the keeper's legs to get that second goal. Great upper body strength by the young kid. Just as I see him coming in here, and it steps across him, just gives him a little nudge, and a nice execution.
Well, Anichebe, it's a different era, and it's a different side of the city, but he is a modern-day David Fairclough, isn't he? A super sub for Everton.
He has been a super sub. I always feel you're getting the better out of him, and the Evertonians enjoying it as well, and all over the place tonight. And not just in one area, there's little pockets of them everywhere, and Nuremberg supporters are showing the disgust. They've left the arena already.
Well, there are quite a few thousand Evertonians here tonight. I think on the official passes, the official tickets, as it were, there are about 3,500, but estimates working up to around 10,000 Evertonians making the trip across here tonight and somehow getting a place inside the stadium. Oh, they're in all kinds of problems here. Nuremberg, here's Pinar, tried to cross it. Wolf got in the way of it.
Well, it looks like an offside decision.
Well, they are falling apart. Tim Cahill's coming off here too in just a moment. Jagielka will be the man who replaces him. Here's Kluge. Nuremberg trying to lift themselves after that double whammy. Galasek. Driven in by Misimovic, but Howard was always behind that, and a very safe pair of hands.
Well, he's made it look so easy, hasn't he? He seemed to palm it up in his hands to catch it the second time.
Well, it means that Everton will sit proudly on top of Group A at the end of this game. 6 points from their opening 2 matches. Zenit St. Petersburg, their nearest rivals, with 4, are their next opponents on the 5th of December, and that is at Goodison. So anything from that game would, I'm sure, make certain of Everton's place in the knockout stages of this competition. 6 points already might be enough.
I think that's it for Tim Cahill. Jagielka will be coming in for him. Just sit there in midfield. There's no rush. Tim Cahill has played an important part tonight. Like I said, vital to Everton progressing in Europe. You look a lot more balanced side when he's in it, and especially when they play the system of a 4-5-1 system.
Job done for Everton. They're into stoppage time. Anichebe trying to make a nuisance of himself again, but Wolf is across there to collect for Nuremberg. Cushion header by Kennedy. It's Neville who clears away. But what a great job Everton have done here tonight.
It's a very professional job. Spot on. Thought they looked comfortable.
Kennedy's flying high. There's Galasek. There's Misimovic. Skewed off the outside of the boot for a goal kick.
I mean, you could quite easily say that Nuremberg have been poor, but at the other hand, you can also say that Everton have played well and made them look poor. And I think that's part of the problem for Nuremberg tonight, that Everton have played ever so well. They've controlled the games for a long period, and it's been a relatively easy win for them in the end.
Tony Hibbert's coming on as well here, and it's Pienaar, I think, who's coming off, who has gone off in fact. Stephen Pienaar has gone off, Tony Hibbert comes on. It's a moment of luxury that David Moyes is enjoying here. He can just make changes required to protect players and give others some valuable game time.
He's causing problems in Anichebe, isn't he? He just comes on that pure strength, and it's fresh, pure strength, isn't it? And he's upset not just Glover, but also Wolf as well, who's an experienced defender.
It is the impact, isn't it? You've had Yakubu working so hard up there all night, tiring defenders out. Suddenly he comes on and...
Well, Yakubu's shown his strength, but he's tiring. You're tiring as well, but you maybe... You know what you're up against, and all of a sudden on this young fit lad with brute force comes on and just gives you a little nudge and knocks you off balance.
There's not long left now. It's going to be Hibbert to take this throw. And Anichebe again just trying to shake off the defender, but Wolf stands strong. Away by Munari. And again by Munari. Here's Lescott. It's Nuno Valente. And that is that. It's been another wonderful UEFA Cup night for Everton. They made us wait, but it was worth the wait. And Anichebe, when he came on, causing all the problems for the Germans. It was his presence that created a penalty in the 81st minute, dispatched by Arteta, 1-0. And then Anichebe again 6 minutes later, when he simply shook off the defenders. Such power, such poise, great finish. Everton are in clover again. They are just about into the knockout stages of the UEFA Cup already. 2 games in Group A, 2 wins. Tonight, it's finished Nuremberg 0, Everton 2.